Alright.
So what's up, everybody, and welcome officially to the first ever Laurier Golden Talk. My name is Craig Chips. I am the manager of Canadian Student Recruitment. We are so excited to have you joining us, whether you're part of our live experience happening right now at 2 o'clock, or perhaps you're watching this after the fact in podcast form, whether that's just the audio or the video. We're super excited to have you here. So what exactly is a Laurier Golden Talk? That's what we're going to try and clear up today in our first ever episode. I think that it's a couple of different things to me. I think first and foremost, it's community. That is what we do at Laurier. It's what we're known for. And that is the thing that we're all dying to have a little bit more of today. And so we're trying to bring that to you. It's Laurier, it's community, and it's direct to you where you are, wherever you are, thanks to the magic of the internet. So a little bit more about me. I mentioned that I'm the manager of Canadian Student Recruitment, and I've been a member of the Laurier community for almost 19 years, actually more than half my life. I've been a Golden Hawk, and my job would normally be to be going out to your schools, and my team going out to your schools, managing that, creating relationships, answering questions. I'm not doing that right now, so we decided we should do a podcast instead. I'm also, in terms of things I love, you might see some basketball jerseys. Well, you will see basketball jerseys behind me. I've got the Damon Stoudemire number 20 throwback jersey on because we the champs. And I'm also a big sneakerhead. So this is the all-time grail shoe. For those who are less familiar, this is a Jordan 11 Concord. This is the 2018 release. I'd say it's like a 9 out of 10 condition. I wear all my kicks. And if you're a sneakerhead, you should be wearing all your kicks, in my personal opinion. The last thing I wanted to tell you a little bit about me is who my quarantine crew is, which is to say the people that live with me in my house all the time right now. And that is my two daughters, a 3-year-old named Aubrey. I have a 5-year-old named Macy. And my wife, Tara, is actually an intensive care nurse. So she's on the front lines relative to the crazy that's going on in our world. So that's the thing that I think we need to mention right up front. COVID-19, you might have heard of it. It's definitely affecting your life in some way, shape, or form. None of us have had a quarantine crew before, but this is a thing that's happening. It's unprecedented. It's uncertain. We get it. There's all sorts of stuff that we don't know, that you don't know. And that's okay. We're not going to spend a ton of time addressing that. This is about community. It's not necessarily about sort of the information relative to that. That said, it's on your mind. We get it. So let's talk about not what we don't know. That list is too long. Let's talk about what we do know. Here are 4 things that we absolutely know and that we want to make sure you know as well. So 1, we know you're not in school, which is why we can live stream this at 2 p.m. in the afternoon. And we know that some people might watch it. And we're actually really thrilled with the audience that we've got already for this live event. 2, our day jobs, in terms of the members of my team, are a lot different than they were a week and a half ago. So we decided to do a podcast. Number 3, admissions at Laurier is doing their day jobs from home as well. And it actually hasn't changed very much from where they were a week and a half ago. They are still pushing out offers of admissions to qualified applicants. So relative to that, it is business as usual. And then number 4, this is important for everybody to be comfortable with as well, that Laurier absolutely will be admitting all qualified students to their programs to get started on their university adventure by September. Those are the 4 things we know. When we get much beyond that, well, I mean, I think you all know that planning much than 1 week in advance is difficult to do. So that kind of lays that out there. Individual questions that you have, that's what the chat function is for. So we have a live chat going. You should be able to find it, pop it up on your screen. You can send messages out to everybody. You can send out direct messages. And we've got members of my team that are about to introduce themselves in just a second, answering those. And specifically, there is going to be one person. I also want to mention housekeeping item in case you didn't hear it the first time. If your mic is live and you say something, we can hear you. If your camera is on and your mic is live, you'll actually pop up on screen and you'll be part of the recording. Congratulations, you're a Laurier celebrity. So that being said, I want to introduce another Laurier celebrity. He's the man running point on the live chat, Mr. Sean Schultz.
Celebrity might be a little strong, but that's okay. I appreciate the intro. As Craig said, my name's Sean. Typically in the fall, I was doing a lot of high school visits, so coming to different schools in Ontario and talking about the university in forms of presentations or answering questions, and that's kind of Laurier famous. Sorry, I was corrected in chat there. But normally I would be kind of answering your questions in a more in-person setting, and now I'm kind of transitioning into a chat setting, so that's exciting for me. I know it was mentioned in chat, and Craig mentioned it a little bit earlier, but if you have any questions about pretty much anything, feel free to shoot it in the chat group, either to everyone or myself personally. That's totally okay. And I'll do my best to get back to you. And from there, we'll work with what we got. I guess Craig mentioned something that he loves. I have a pretty big list, but I'll say some of my tops: food, sleeping, and my mom. So those are some things that I love, and we'll go with that. But yeah, thanks. Happy to be here. I know I kind of brought myself, but
one more thing, Sean, who is in your quarantine crew?
oh, my quarantine crew is my lovely girlfriend right now, and I kicked her out of her own room to record this. So thanks for the support.
Okay, in the production notes, Sean was supposed to throw it to Sharon, but he didn't, so I'll throw it to Sharon instead.
Hello, everybody. My name is Sharon. Normally right now, I'd be coming to whatever high school you're at, coming to the comforts of your own school. Unfortunately, just with things going on, can't do that quite at the moment. So here I am chatting to you from a screen, which is pretty awesome. One thing that I love is eating. I usually have food on me. If you missed it earlier, I've got a salad bowl here. I've got kale chips. I'm just munching on everything all the time. And I like soccer. So those are a couple things that I thoroughly enjoy. My quarantine crew right now is my chaotic family. I live in a family, there's 6 of us in here. So never a dull moment. There was, always something going on. So that's my crazy family for you. And yeah, I guess that's all I got there. So I'm going to pass it on to the other Sharon.
Okay, hang on. Before we go any further, we're going to deal with this once and for all. So to our audience, if you're anything like us, we still struggle with the whole 2 Sharon dynamic. It's a problem. So we're just going to address this right now. Since I'm in charge, I'm making the executive decision. Sharon Yukana, you are now Yoko from this point forward. That is the decision. There is no more discussion. Sharon, please change your screen name now.
Got it.
Hey, Laura, known as Sharon for the duration of these podcasts. Over to you. I'm sorry I interrupted.
Oh, no problem. Hi, everybody. On that, thank you for being here with us. And I have to say, I was like, when I first heard we were going to do this, I was like, we're going to do what? But this is so good. So I am Sharon Laurier, the other Sharon. And actually, Sharon and Sharon, we're pretty close. But we, what I do is I am the outreach coordinator. So I go, I don't have to go out. You guys all come to me. So your classes and your teachers would come on campus and we give you the campus experience, or I would connect with different teachers and we'd give you kind of like a day in the life of what it's like to be a university student. So that's what I would usually be doing. But today I'm on here. My quarantine crew is me and my 4 boys. 22, the twins are 18, and the youngest is 16. So needless to say, it's a little bit of a madhouse. Did I miss anything?
If anybody needs parental advice in this community, you go ahead, look no further than Sharon. She's got her 4 boys, and she's playing constant defense against her normal people who just teenagers that come in and out of her house that are wrapping their heads around social distancing in its fullest.
Having a very difficult time explaining to them social distancing, and no, your whole crew can't come over. Yeah, it's a thing. So that's enough about me. I'm going to toss it over to Christine.
Hello, everyone. My name's Christine. This is my self-isolation station, as I've been calling it, where I've been doing all my work and doing all this podcasting. I actually do a little bit of both of the Sharon's roles. So in the fall, you might have seen me at your high school giving a presentation or behind a booth. If you have, nice to see you again. It's still me. And then in the when it's not the fall and I'm not going to the high schools, I do the same thing. I bring people to the Brantford campus, a day in the life of a Laurier student, seeing the programs we have, running those events, getting to know professors. So I'm lucky enough to have a little bit of a hybrid role there. Something I really love and I've been taking in a lot of is stand-up comedy. So that's like my favorite thing in the world. I love John Mulaney, Dave Chappelle, Chelsea Peretti. If anyone knows who I'm talking about, hit me up. I also really love podcasts, and I've caught up on all of my podcasts. So if anyone has any recommendations, feel free to put them in the chat, because I don't really want to listen to myself talk after this, so I can't download this podcast. So you can, but I don't really want to. So give me some recommendations. My quarantine crew is my partner. I have a very small 1-bedroom apartment that only has a bathroom door. So we're getting to know each other in this space, and turns out we both hate doing dishes. So it's a learning process, but happy to be here.
Fantastic. So that's my team. We are a team, and I gotta say, I'm gonna use the L word here. It's gonna make everybody uncomfortable. I love these guys. And I'm excited for you all to get to know them a little bit better over the coming weeks. Really new and unique way. So circumstances kind of forced our hand on this, but I think there's a real opportunity for us to introduce you and give you a real sense of what the Laurier community is all about, even though we can't actually give you a campus tour for the foreseeable future. So Christine's role specifically, she alluded to this, is kind of like the producer of the podcast. So as it relates to how this all works, she really is the Beyonce of our environment. She runs things. Relative to that, we're going to do an informal poll of my team. And anybody else who wants to raise their hand, feel free to do so as well, if this is true for you. Just curious of my squad, how many of you have spent more time on personal hygiene today to get ready to be on camera than you did in the previous week combined? And if you raise your hand literally on camera, and you could also do the raise your hand function using
Hamza,
our podcast technology.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dawn, who's live to air as well. Dawn's joining us from Mississauga. Now probably won't be able to see him in the recording, unless of course he wants to speak up. Then he also said he's trying to look so fresh and so clean to be with you all today.
I washed my hair, so I'm just gonna put that out there. You're welcome, everyone.
Can't say that I have that dilemma. Sam.
Yeah, and I have even less of a dilemma than Sharon, to clarify.
Dawn is flexing on us.
Dawn's flexing the hand sanitizer.
Dawn's got the
go.
hand sanitizer. Yeah.
The only thing that would be more of a boss move would be to hold up a 24-pack of Cottonelle bathroom tissue.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, that was really all we wanted to cover today. Introduce you to the idea of what is a golden talk. You've seen it. That was a golden talk. It's not always going to be pretty, because we are not professional podcasters by any stretch of the imagination, but I promise you that it's always going to be real. And we want you to feel comfortable in this environment. Hopefully we give you a community that you might not otherwise have access to. And everybody who's joining us today, chances are you're a Laurier applicant. That's how our first push went out. But I mean, our audience may continue to grow, and that is cool. So that is what we're trying to do here, is create that sense of community, That's super important to us. If my eyes are wandering, it's because I'm checking my notes to make sure that I get all of my salient closing points. So bear with me. And in a perfect world, I'm going to do less of the talking. And that'll be sort of, my team will start to be more and more involved as we go through this thing. And as much as possible, we'd actually really like to make less of the decisions. So we're going to be looking to you to shape how this whole thing works. So how do you do that? Well, you've got the live chat function. So if you have any suggestions about things you'd like to hear about, and they may be Laurier related, or they might be completely unrelated. If anybody wants to see my sneaker collection, I could go for days. The other way you can do it is you can email any suggestions you have. So we have an email address that we typically use to like talk to guidance counselors about when we're going to come to the schools. But for the purposes now, we're just going to reuse it. Recruiters, so recruiters with an S, plural, because we're all recruiters doing this thing at wlu.ca. And Sean, if he's on top of it, has already typed that email into the chat.
Oh, I had an exclamation point in it.
Yeah, he's all.
I was very close.
It was a good effort. I'm
Small typo.
I'm proud of you. So you can shoot us an email with anything that you want to learn about. And you can also ask us your direct questions as well, because we know you probably have some of those. And it's not like we're traveling anywhere. We got time to answer them. And then the third way that we're going to get input from all of you is we might run the occasional poll. This is where we're going to flex our muscles and show off how well we are familiar with our technology. We're going to post a poll and we're going to ask everybody to do a vote right now. We want to know which or what theme you want to see for our next podcast.
Did it work?
Button.
Wait.
It's not happening yet.
Wait.
Oh, wait.
There it
Got
is.
it.
Okay, so you've got 3 options in terms of the theme for next Tuesday's podcast if you're joining us live. Best residence stories, that's where we're going to, and I was actually managed residence operations at the Brantford campus for 3 years. So I got some serious gold nuggets. Tips for keeping yourself busy at home, as well as our favorite Laurier meal. So I'm gonna let this poll run for another 15 seconds or so. And by that, I mean, I'm not controlling it. So when Christine ends it, it'll be over. So hurry up and get your feedback in.
Oh, we got some good.
I don't see a world where we're not talking about residence next, but
It's okay. I love residents. And this is just one of the weeks. We're going to have lots of episodes and lots of content. So keep those ideas coming. Put other suggestions in the chat, like our friend Lindsay did. She had a great suggestion in the chat. So feel free to throw that in. Feel free to email the recruiters account. We don't want to talk about things that nobody cares about. So.
okay. So once she ends the poll, I guess I could move it out of my way. I'm like, I just can't see what I look like anymore. And it's important for me. It just makes me feel more comfortable. Okay, so to know for sure what the episode is going to be, you're going to have to join with us live next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Connection. Oh, Sharon, you have something you want to add?
Actually, no, I think Sean's got it covered. Sean's got it covered. It's all good. Sorry, I'll do that every now and then, guys. My house is busy and then I just pop things out and I blurt things out and I forget to mute my mic. It's a thing. Bear with me.
Yeah. Again, it's always going to be real. It won't always be pretty, but that's okay. So we'll be doing it again live on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 p.m. Once we get this sorted out, we've never done this before, eventually we will post the previous episode online for on-demand consumption. So you can send that link to all of your friends. If you want mom and dad to join in, maybe you know a grade 11 student that is in the process of thinking about school for 2021. Honestly, everybody's welcome in terms of both checking us out on the on demand after the fact and part of the live experience as well. So we encourage you to sort of spread the word. Right now, we're all Laurier applicants. That's probably the tie that binds, but perhaps we'll see more and more people join us in different ways in different places as we go. Also, in addition to the webinars, the just last thing I want to say is that we are doing a number of different things virtually to kind of make up for the fact that you can't come and take a campus tour, which we always encourage people to do. So you accessed this podcast today through the virtual open house. That is going to be your go-to spot to find out about some webinars that we'll be running. They'll be more focused and they'll include some special guests relative to faculty members on specific programs. So if that's part of your specific program, you're probably going to get a specific notification about that. But you can always check the website to see what's going on in case you want to jump in. Maybe it's a program that you're thinking about taking electives in, for example, and you want to connect in that way. And you can always check them out as recordings after the fact as well. Okay, I'm done talking unless, Sean, is there anything from the chat section that we need to address before we shut her down for the day?
Just lots of hype over resident stories next week, I think.
Okay, resident stories. Tuesday, Residence Confidential, coming at you live to air. Thanks again for joining us, everybody. On behalf of myself, on behalf of our producer, Christine, Chatman, Sean, Yoko, and Sharon, thanks for being part of it. And if you get involved with other webinars and our other platforms, they'll be the Laurier celebrities that you'll probably see running some of those things as well. Take care, everybody. It's been a lot of fun.
Coming. This is
Bye.
So fun. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.